Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, I recently switched to the Kindle, and for many years I was in love with reading physical books, and I was hesitant to make the switch to an e-reader. However, I did, and I'm going to cover my top 5 benefits that I've seen from switching to the Kindle. Now, if you are like me and you're hesitating making the switch from physical books to an e-reader, then this might help you make that decision. So the first benefit has to do with the space constraints in my house. I have these 2 big IKEA bookshelves that I had completely filled, and I was still buying books, so I had to think, do I want to make the switch or do I just want to keep buying bookshelves? But I mean, that's not going to last forever. But when you have an e-reader, you can fit all of your books on this little device instead of just bookshelves upon bookshelves upon bookshelves. I mean, I got rid of over 4 boxes of books recently, and I still have my shelves almost full to bursting. Now, the second benefit has to do with having all of the books on a single device. So I travel a lot for work, and sometimes when I leave, I'm trying to decide what book it is that I want to take with me. But with the Kindle, I don't have to worry about that. I have all the books in one device, so whatever I want to read, whenever I want to read it, I can just go ahead and do so. So it actually makes it easier to read. So let's say I take a book with me that after a couple of days I don't feel like reading anymore. Well, then I can just change my mind and pick another one. Something that I can't do with a physical book. Otherwise, I'd have to take like 5 or 10 with me when I leave to go to work. The other thing that I like is being able to buy books instantly no matter where you are. Before, I found that I would buy like 5 or 10 books at a time, and then they would just sit on my shelves unread because it would take a couple days to get here. I didn't know what I wanted to read next, so I would just buy them all. But now, with the Kindle, I can just wait until I actually want to read that book before I buy it. So it saves me a little bit of money because I don't have all these unread books, and my shelves are not filled with books that I feel guilty about not having read yet. The other benefit that you'll see that'll be in proportion to how much you read in a year, and over the last couple years, I've been reading a lot more myself, and this year I've read something like 35 books or more already, is the cost difference between a physical copy or a digital one. Just looking at the books that I bought this year alone, I would save about 40% if I only bought them digitally, which adds up to about $630 or so saved over the course of the year. Now, the last benefit has to do with getting information from the books I read into my personal knowledge management system. I've made a couple videos about this, which I'll link up above, but as good as the Readwise app is at taking highlights from physical books, there's just way too much friction, and I become much more selective in what I actually highlight, whereas it's just so easy to take a highlight on the Kindle, and it syncs with Readwise anyways, plus it populates all the metadata such as what book it's from or what page the highlight is located on automatically, because otherwise in Readwise you have to select all that information yourself. So those are the 5 benefits that I found switching to a e-reader. Now, the one thing that I will say is that I tried reading the Kindle app on my phone and iPad at first, but the experience just wasn't that great. So I bought a Kindle Paperwhite, and so much better, so much more like reading from a physical book. Well, let me know down in the comments below if you prefer digital or physical books for reading. I'd love to hear what you have to say on the subject, and I'll see you all next time.